Heavy is the head that has to manage all of this.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel.
We're now incentivized to buy what we already buy.
Fumbling through college had me building.
I also got some done on the other side.
And that was right around, I would say, May maybe, right before renewing the lease for this property.
Welcome to the channel, Martha.
Thank you for having me here.
Oh, I was going to say, I am getting up there in age, I'll tell you what.
Bills paid by other people, life was never this good. I had to step back, knowing that it's...
I gave up everything to be financially free. I won't lie to you and say that this was easy. I won't lie to you and say that everyone should do it. No, absolutely not. This was very, very difficult. It was very, very hard. But for me, it came easy. And I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why it came easy. Being where I'm from, having as many siblings as I had two choices. I could allow myself to be like everyone else, or I can set the example so that my younger ones also knew that they can do the same things. And I decided to be selfless, and in doing so, I kind of alienated myself as well. You see, I didn't speak to anyone when I was in college. People would have to call me. I was always working, always trying to pay off bills. The only one I really spoke to was my best friend Kurt and my uncle Victor. They would normally reach out to me first, and then those were the only conversations that I would have with what I would consider family. Outside of that, I focused on school, I focused on women, and I focused on parties. But a lot of these parties are free. A lot of the drinks that I would get were from corner stores, so I was drunk, or I was with the rugby team, so I was drunk. And as an athlete as well, you know, a lot of the perks of that were a lot of free amenities. When I graduated college, I was working 3 jobs, as you all know. I then went away to Columbus, Ohio, got a travel package, utilized that to buy my car. I was living in a 2-bedroom luxury apartment, and I was paying for that with my $50,000 salary while somehow saving some type of money and also paying off the vehicle. Now, I had some savings already, which I could have used to pay off the vehicle entirely, but I was building my credit as well. I ended up paying off the vehicle in less than a year, continued to save money, and by that same year, by December, I was already in contract on my first home. And, you know, the rent for that home was far less than anything that I was paying in rent. Now, here's some key takeaways. My uncle allowed me to live with him for 30 days when I first moved to Columbus. Well, I could have stayed there a lot longer, but I only stayed for 30 days. Because I only stayed for 30 days, I didn't maximize how much money I could have saved, how much money I could have earned, or even just stacking more money, saving more money to, one, either pay off the car or even invest. So I didn't maximize my returns there. I didn't maximize the type of house that I could afford. I didn't maximize the knowledge that I can get from someone who was older than me. I didn't maximize the knowledge that I can get understanding and learning real estate from them. I didn't understand that interest rates were the lowest that they ever were. But when I went out and I started to evaluate housing and things of that nature, I was doing so learning in the current market, but not learning the history of real estate. So I knew stocks and I understood the histories of the stock market, but I never took the chance to understand the history of real estate. And I'm just now starting to learn the history of real estate now after already having bought 2 properties, which is insane, right? You would like to know that ahead of time so that you can make sound and knowledgeable decisions. They talk about 2008, they talk about the Great Recession and Depression or whatever, but they don't talk about how you got there, what the rates were, where they're at now, and how they continue to fluctuate and change. I didn't know interest rates fluctuated and changed when I was buying properties until they started to go up. And I was like, whoa, this is a thing? Hold on. wait, pump the brakes. And so it was insane. And, you know, I was just waiting. I was just saying, oh, I'm going to buy next year. And then the rates just continued to increase. And that was insane to me. So, but long story short, the reason why I always talk about money and saving it is because money is opportunity. And when you have opportunity, you can then invest, you can then spend it, you can do whatever you want. But if you have so much debt, it's going to be difficult for you to create opportunity for yourself. You won't be able to invest when the going gets tough. You won't be able to invest when things are looking good. You won't be able to invest when Bitcoin is at $20,000 and about to go right back up to 60,000. You won't be able to invest when a house goes for sale and they have an assumable loan at a 2.5% interest rate, and you should have had the cash if you didn't just buy that new car, right? Like, there are things that we can do. There are things that we can get into. There are things that we can actually enjoy in life by saving money, by having money available when you do need it. And so for me, when I invested, I also saved. And those savings was usable in order to get other properties, other investments, things like that. And so when the time came, when I hated my job, when I wanted to move, when I wanted to travel, I stuck it out just a little bit longer. I used the funds that I had, and I bought the property that I wanted. Because money is opportunity, and I had money, therefore it created opportunity. And from that one opportunity, it created a life worth living. By the time I got to the second property, I didn't know it just yet, but I had literally, after furnishing the property, of course, and getting that emergency fund back, and really just grinding for about 8 months when you first purchased that second home, I became financially free after that first initial 8 months. And then, so since then, understand that 8 months is a long time, right? People don't want to be down for 8 months. People don't want to save and invest for 8 months. But prior to that, I was saving and investing for about 10 months just to buy the second home, right? So now that's 18 months altogether. And then you're not even talking about the whole year it took me to get the first one. So now that's what, about 30 months. 30 months of grinding after college, people. That doesn't include the additional 3 to 4 months that after college when I was still in New York. So about 34 months of grinding before I got to where I am at. 34 months, almost 3 good years. Almost 3 good years. Right? So like, if you include college in that, that's about 7 years of grinding for me to have achieved financial freedom. And on top of that, I needed low interest rates and solid people around me who were already doing what I wanted to do. A real estate agent who was willing to show me around, uncle who was willing to show me a lifestyle that I've never seen before, you know, and yeah, that's really all I needed to really get started. And a cousin who was doing things on his own as well, making moves. And having the understanding that I also wanted to be rich, wealthy, and successful, I had to make moves of my own. So I say all this to say that when delaying gratification, it can lead to so much more enjoyment, so much more fun, so much more excitement. And all that takes is you really buckling down and understanding what you truly want out of life. That doesn't mean you can't have fun. I still went out and partied. I still went out and talked to women. I still went out and did everything and anything I wanted to do. I had the nice car when I first came to Columbus. I had the nice apartment. But I can tell you that my life is way better than that right now. And it seems so much more normal. So, hey, if you like the video, if you like my story, make sure you subscribe to the channel for more content just like this. And I can't wait to see you on the next one. Peace.